Look, man, stop searching for the bad in every situation. Stop always looking for the negative side. Stop always looking for the things that might have went wrong and start seeking the good. There's good in every situation, no matter what may be going on in your life, bro. Like, they're still good. You're still blessed. You're breathing. You're able to walk around on this earth. You're able to have clothes on your back, a roof over your head, a phone to watch this video right now. Like, there's so many blessings and there's so many good things that are still going on in your life, even in the hard times. Even when the times may be negative, even when the times may be hard, even when they may not feel the best, bro. I'm saying they're still good. They're still good. They're still blessings. They're still positives. If you constantly expect things to go wrong, if you constantly expect disappointment, expect negativity, expect things to go downhill, you're always going to find a reason to be discouraged. You're always going to find a reason to feel down on yourself or to feel bad or to feel negative. You're always going to find a reason to feel, bad because you're expecting things to go wrong. You're expecting disappointment. You're expecting negativity. If you really want peace, bro, you got to start looking in the right places. You can't just keep looking for the bad. You can't keep searching for the bad. Like, find the good. There's a good in every situation. No matter what the situation is, there's always a positive. If you fail, the positive is you get to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's positives everywhere, bro. Like, you just got to look in the right places. And when you start looking in the right places, when you start trying to find the positives and the good things out of every situation, is where true peace is going to start to come from. That's where true peace is, bro. When you are able to find good in a negative situation, you're going to be at peace. You're going to be able to obtain peace. Like, train your mind or start to work on your mind to start looking for the good, start looking for the positives, because your mind will always find or look for what it's trained to look for. If you look for drama, if you look for negativity, if you look for pain, if you look for a failure, like, your brain is always going to find that thing. Like I always say, if you think negative, you speak negative, you're going to get negative. If you train your mind to look for negative, all you're going to find is negative, because that's all you're looking for. You're not looking for a positive. You're not looking for a good thing. Like, you're just looking for negative. You're just looking for things that aren't going well. And you think you're just being real with yourself, or you think you're just trying to keep it real with yourself. But sometimes you're just rehearsing pain. You know what I'm saying? You're just rehearsing disappointment. You're just rehearsing things not going well in your life, because that's all you're looking for. That's it. And a lot of times we like to default to negativity because of past pain, because of past trauma, because somebody maybe betrayed us before, or social media always tells us to look for the negative. Like, we default to negativity in today's society. Like, it's sad, like, it's a bad thing, but it's true. Like, we default to negativity. Everything we do is kind of negative. I never see somebody speaking positive about somebody. I always see somebody trying to tear somebody down, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be in real life. Like, I always see somebody hating on somebody or trying to knock somebody down, trying to bring somebody down, because everybody's just so negative. Everything is just so negative. But just because something bad happened today, don't mean something bad is going to happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just because you had a bad day today don't mean tomorrow's going to be bad. Just because you might have a tough situation going on right now does not mean the next situation you get into is going to be bad, or it's going to be negative, or it's going to be tough. But if you continue to train your mind to look for those situations, if you continue to train your mind to constantly just seek the negative and seek the bad, like, that's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to feel, because you've never learned, you never taught yourself to look for the good. Like, you cannot let one dark chapter convince you that the whole story is ruined. You can't let one bad day convince you that the whole week is ruined. Like, yeah, you might have had a bad day today. You might have took some steps back today, but tomorrow, like, what are you going to do to continue to push forward? It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Yeah, Monday might have been bad, but what are you going to do on Friday? Just because Monday was bad, you can't let your Friday be bad. Just because you had one bad day of the week does not mean your whole week has to go bad. And even during the bad day, like, there's still good in those situations. There's still positives in those situations. You just got to seek the good. When you seek the good, bro, there's so much that changes. There's so much that changes. Like, when you start to be appreciative, when you start to be grateful, when you start to be thankful for things, bro, and you express that gratitude toward things, like, you start to be more at peace. Like, I say that all the time, bro. When I talk about gratitude, when I talk about, just appreciating life for what it is and appreciating the blessings you have, that negative starts to go out your mind because you're just focusing on the good. You're just focusing on the positives, even in the hard times. Like, yeah, you might have had a bad day, but there's still something during that day that went good. You still woke up that morning. You know what I'm saying? You're still blessed. You're still breathing. You're still here. There's a lot of people that don't get to wake up. There's a lot of people that don't have a roof over their head. There's a lot of people that don't have clothes on their back. Like, you still have those things. You know what I'm saying? You're still blessed. There's still positives going on in your life. So don't just let one negative thing ruin your whole day or ruin your whole week, even your whole month. Like, bro, I know a lot of people that let just one day ruin everything. You know, they let one day ruin literally their entire weeks, bro. But like, one bad day does not mean that the next day is gonna be bad. Like, a terrible day, the next day could be great. You know what I'm saying? So start looking for the good. Start being grateful for the little things. Start being thankful for the little things, and choose to speak positively over yourself. Even when you feel low, even when you feel like you're hurting, you're in pain, you keep failing or whatever, like, keep speaking positive to yourself. Because once you start to speak negative, bro, literally that's all you're gonna get is negative. I just talked about that a little minute ago. Like, if you think negative, you speak negative all the time, bro, your life is gonna start to go negative. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to seek the negative things in situations, all you're gonna see is the negative. But when you start to speak positive over yourself, you start to speak these affirmations to yourself, you start to lift yourself up, you're going to start being positive. You're going to start being a positive person. You're going to start seeing the positive in your life because that's what you're starting to look for. You're not just looking for the negative. And you also got to surround yourself with people who remind you of what's possible. You got to surround yourself with people who remind you of the good that's going on in your life, of the positives that's going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Surround yourself with people who make you see the positives, who make you realize the positive. Because like, joy is not fake, happiness is not fake, but you can only fulfill those things. You can only get those things and reach those things when you focus on those. I'm saying, when you focus your mind on finding the joy, when you focus your mind on finding the positives, that's where that comes from. That's where peace comes from, because you're trying to look for positives in every situation. And then, like, a faith in God, bro. God, when you build a relationship with God, and when you start trusting God, when you start having faith in God, bro, like, faith means believing that there's good even when you don't feel it. That's what faith is. So when you expand that focus, when you focus on the positive, bro, like, what you focus on expands. You know what I'm saying? What you focus on expands. If you focus on negative, that's all you're going to get. If you focus on positive, things are going to start to go to positive on your life, or things are going to start to go positive on your life, my bad. And if you focus on God's goodness, if you focus on what God can do for you, if you put your faith in God, if you put your trust in God, like, peace is what follows that. Like I said, faith is believing that there's good even when there's not. Even in your tough situations, your negative situations, and times where you may feel like everything may be tumbling down and you feel like nothing is going right. If you have faith in God that, you know, he's going to bring you out of that situation, if you have faith and trust in God that he's going to, you know, build you up from this and make you come back even stronger from this, like, that's looking for the good things. That's seeking the good things. And when you believe that and when you have faith in that, you have peace, because you know that no tough time can shake you. You know that no negative time can shake you. You know that no failure can shake you, because you know that God is going to bring you through that. And that's the same thing with looking for the positives in situations. You know, if you had a bad day, bro, and you're still trying to seek the positives, like, you're going to have peace. That's peace that follows that. You know, you've seen enough negative. You've seen enough of what's wrong. You've seen enough of failure. It's time to start seeing what's right. It's time to start seeking what's right. It's time to start seeking the positives and the good things that's going on in your life. Like, start to train your eyes to look for light. Try to turn your eyes to look for positives, not darkness, not negatives, not failures. And when you do this, bro, I promise you, your mind, your heart, your whole life is going to start to change. You're going to start to feel more peace daily, like, every single day. So stop searching for the bad, stop looking for the bad, stop looking for the negative, and try to start seeking the positive and the good things out of every situation. No matter what has happened in your life, bro, like, there's still something positive and there's still something good that comes out of that. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button. On the way to 500 subs. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all on the next one.